So I'm going to try my very best to be concise and try to remember everyone I want to thank, because there's a, in those cartoons where someone has a list and the list like unrolls and goes across the floor. That's literally what my list would look like if it was in front of me. Um, but I wanted to make a thank you video, like personal. Just I have it all written out and I will post it, but I just wanted to make a video because it feels more personal. So please forgive me if I forget you. You'll be included in the page, I swear. um, like I said, I'm gonna try to be concise. I just tried to record this one time and I ended up talking for like 10 minutes on the first two people. I just it it was bad. So we're gonna try this again. I want to start by thanking the campers from the Deer Hunter camp for your support and your encouragement, because that seriously meant so much to me. Like, I was terrified to go to that camp, and I left just in shock. Like, that was the best experience of my life, and just everyone there was so sweet, and I really, really appreciate that. And speaking of camp, I would very much like to thank the Deer Hunter as well, because they were just as sweet as all the campers. I learned so much from them, and even before camp, I think I discovered them in 2009 or 2008, something like that. They really shaped the way that I write, and and I really just appreciate everything um, that you've done for me, and I'm really happy that I was able to sort of thank you in person, and that you didn't turn out to be total jerks. I appreciate that. I'd like to thank Sam Hemmendinger, my friend, who I approached after camp, and we started the Shadows Dance together. Uh, he he kept me going with it. I said I have an idea. I don't know where to go with it, and he's like, "Yeah, let's just come over and we'll do this." And I hadn't talked to him in a while, just because people after high school, everyone goes in directions, but he was so kind, and he helped me. He wrote the initial riff for the song. He was what made me keep going with it. So I really, really appreciate that. So this one is going to be a long one, I think. We'll see. But after I sort of got stuck with the Shadows Dance, I asked in my camp group, because we have a Facebook chat, and I was like, "Does anyone have advice?" Because I was thinking, maybe someone would say add this instrument, get rid of that, whatever, just general stuff, because I didn't know what to do. Reese Alexander messages me. He was like, maybe we should make an album with this, and I was just like, oh, one day I want to put this in an EP, and he was just like, yeah, let's do that. Like, this guy does these things because he just loves doing it, and that's a fact. He's unbelievable. And so after that, I was like, of course, I said yes, let's do it. um, he literally, I took a train in New York and I stayed in his house two or three separate times. He's just like we technically met at camp, but he's just like, yeah, just come over, it's fine. We recorded the whole thing in two separate trips. So the first time we finished Shadows Dance, kind of, and then the next time I stayed for longer and we finished the rest of it. And he just let me into his house. He was patient with me. He was supportive. He was always, just the whole time we were working together, he's just like, oh, I love this. I love that. And every single time I would say, I was like, oh, like I have an idea, but I don't know if it's good, because I always start stuff like that, because you know how I am. And I'd be like, I wouldn't even know how to communicate. I'd be like, I just literally go like, hmm, 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 hmm. Every single time I'd do that, he would go, that gives me an idea. And he'd go, it's just rapid fire. Like, here's a new section. And I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what I meant. How did you know that? And, um, yeah, it was an amazing experience. And I just want to say thank you again, seriously. That this would have never happened without you. And I genuinely am humbled, and I don't even know what adjectives. I need a thesaurus right now. But seriously, thank you so much for everything. And thank you to, I feel weird calling dads by their first name because we've been so conditioned, like Mr. whatever. But his dad, John, he was like, yeah, he can stay. And he would walk in the room and he would be like, oh, this is awesome. And he would compliment me. And after the fact, I would even message him on Facebook, like, I think this sucks, or does this suck? And he'd just be like, you need to chill, you need to meditate, you need to stop. And he would tell me this is awesome. And he would give me amazing advice. And I really, really appreciate that too. So thank you. I want to thank my friend Jordy as well from camp for your initial support on the Shadows Dance. She came over Reese's house one of the days I was there, and I was stuck with lyrics because I am so particular with my lyrics, and I was I was just sitting there like, this isn't good. I need a different word. And then she's just like, just put that one. I'm like, what? She's like, that's fine. What's wrong with you? I'm like, no, it's not good. She's like, no, it's good. Just do it. And I was like, just do it. It's just, I don't know. It was really nice to have someone around to kind of counter my insane particular thoughts. Um, and thank you for teaching me about assonance. I use that in like every song now. Next person I want to thank is Neil Madden, who mixed and mastered the EP. Um, he is another camp friend, and oh my god, this poor guy. I'm serious. I was a nervous wreck with this because the process of mixing and mastering involves just me having to communicate exactly what I want, and that is not something that I'm good at as of yet. I've learned a lot since then, but basically this is how it would go. He's like, here's the current version. And I'm like, can you make the guitar louder? He's like, yeah. Then he makes the guitar louder, and I'm like, that guitar is pretty loud, huh? He's like, yep. And I'm like, make that softer. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll do that. And I'll make it softer. And I'll be like, that guitar's kind of soft. Like, legitimately, I'm so sorry, but he was patient and he was helpful and he did an awesome job. So thank you so much for everything on that. I'm just going down this big list of campers. This is proof that the campers were amazing. Kaylee, who made the Shadows Dance lyric video back when I first posted the single, she's awesome. I hung out with her all the way through camp, and I just had an idea. I was like, I want to do a lyric video for Shadows Dance, and she had never done anything like that before. But she's like, yeah, I'll try that, and it came out amazing, and I really appreciate that. So amazing job, and thank you. I want to thank as well my people who have supported me long distance, whether it's through Tumblr or just all my long distance best friends. Your love is so far away, but I keep it with me every day. Should I edit that out? I'll keep that. But seriously, the support from my friends online. When I started posting music, I was terrified. That seems to be a common theme in my life. And I just had such good reception from a lot of people that could have easily just been like, no, never post again. How dare you? But they were just like, they were so kind and so, and just they kept me going with it. And I really appreciate that. Next person I would like to thank is my artist who did the art for the CD, the whole wraparound, the insert, and everything. Erin Hope Moran. She uses Erin Hope as her artist name, but it feels weird being like Erin Hope. It's like I don't know her personally. But this is, I don't know how to even begin to start with her. I've known her since we were little. And by little, I mean probably 5th grade or earlier. I don't know. My life is fuzzy from back then, but she's, I there's like certain people I describe as like flawless, and I don't know if it's good to put people on pedestals like that, but there's certain people that I want to just bring everywhere, and because they're, no matter where you go with them, you know that they'll make it better. She's an incredible artist and a a superb human being. We've been best friends for so long, and just the amount of support she's given me, not to mention the inspiration to be creative and to let things be, my art to be seen by other people, and just, I really, really appreciate you. I am so lucky to have you. So thank you so much. I will mention, quick story. I had not told any of my friends about the EP because that helps me stay motivated. Like, I'm going to tell them when this is ready. So I kept it a secret. Reese and I recorded it. And finally, Erin and I hung out. And when I went to drop her off, I was like, do you have like 30 minutes? She's like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I want to talk about something. And she was like, yeah, what's up? Basically, I opened up the center console and I held a transparent CD case in my hands, and I was like, this is my EP, and I want you to do the art for it. And that was just a moment that I fantasized about for so long. Just the first time that I would show someone that I love so much my CD and let them know, and just to have her be the one to do the art for it. There's no better person in the whole world, and there was no better person in the whole world that I could have shared that moment with. So thank you so much. I want to thank all of my close friends. Listen, if I had the time, I would thank all of you individually like Erin, and I would ramble on just like Erin, but inevitably I will forget one of you. I will say worse adjectives and you'll be like, wow, he hates me. He doesn't like me as much. So I'm going to put you all in a bubble. You know who you are. You know, Stephanie, Gabe, Daniel, Chandler. My friend Chandler, same name. Isn't that crazy? Brianna, of course. All my friends online. I'm really lucky to have such a big group of people that care so deeply about me and just about others. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Second to last, I want to thank my dad. I really don't say it enough, but over my whole life, I was going to say over this past whatever amount of years, my whole life, he's been just everything to me. He's everything that makes me good. He's the reason why I can be proud of who I am. You know, he drove me all the way to deer hunter camp to drop me off just because he knew I was a little nervous. Understatement. He knows everyone. Okay, he knows absolutely everyone in Rhode Island. We'll go so many places, and he'll be like, "By the way, I know someone here." Or someone will say, "Oh, it's Larry," and I'm like, "Oh my god, how do you know everyone?" But every time without fail, all of these strangers from all over, they say, like, they'll look at me and they'll go, "Oh, congrats on your album," and I'm like, "How do you know that?" And they know that because he tells everyone, because he is so proud of me, and I know he is, and I feel that, and that means so much. Just, I love you a lot, and I owe so much to you. So thank you. He supports me so much. And I don't know how many thank yous I can give him. I don't think there will ever be enough. This is a hard one for me. The album is dedicated to Adventure Time, which is, you know, my favorite show. It sounds weird, right? Listing off this giant list of people that I love so much and that have done so much for me, and being like, by the way, this is dedicated to a TV show I like. I get it. But this was sort of what the album was about, was loving something so much and feeling passion, and and then having to let it go. It was really hard for me. It's the reason that I do music in the first place. It made me love myself. And I could barely ever talk about that with anyone. Just when you feel nothing but sadness for a long time and suddenly something makes you so happy, you tend to really latch on to that thing. And there was a long time where I just couldn't bear to talk about that. To think about that happiness is over. But I'm okay now. After all this time, I'm finally ready to say goodbye. And thank you. It just felt like such an impossible thing to do, to properly thank or to properly convey all that it did for me. But I feel okay now because I have this, and it will always be my anchor to all the amazing things that I did and was inspired to do because of it. So thank you so much to the creators and everyone who worked on it and the cast and everyone that I met along the way because of it. Thank you so much. You'll always be right here. Always.